Hi guys, welcome to the post-match show for Leicester versus Arsenal game in the Carabao Cup. I have with me Kabir.
Hi guys. Hi Vipul.
Hi Kabir, how are you?
Good, good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. So let's discuss the last night's game. Last night's game, it was 2-0 to the Arsenal, and there was this own goal in the match,
Yeah.
which where it was a bizarre goal basically,
Yeah, it was
and
absolutely
yeah,
bizarre. Yeah.
and the second goal was I think scored by Eddie Nketiah who in the 90th minute. So yeah, it was 2-0 to the Arsenal. So let's get into the player rating.
Yeah.
We played a similar formation which we always do, 3-4-3. But one player I was surprised to see in the lineup was Bernd Leno.
Yeah. Even I was quite surprised. I think we had this chat over the previous show on whether Leno would start. I actually thought Ranison will start if he was allowed, or Matt Macy. Actually, I said Matt Macy in case Ranison was not registered. But clearly, sort of, I think Arteta gave Leno a chance to make up for the weekend. I don't think Leno had a good game over the weekend, so I think Arteta felt it would be right to get Leno some more minutes, get him more confident, get him back into the groove sort of situation. So sort of played him. He had a very crucial save in the beginning of the game. Uh, Albrighton played a ball through for Iheanacho, who took it first time, and Leno was quick to come out and sort of take care of that situation. So
Yeah,
I would rate him 7.5 on 10.
yeah, I'll give him a 7. Just because he stopped that attack, not attack, but it was basically a good scoring position for the striker. And I'll just deduct some points, not some point, 1 point. I was going to give him an 8, but his aerial handling was not that great yesterday again. So for that, I'll just give him a 7. The next, we'll move on to our defense. David Luiz, who was
I
back
think
in the squad. Yeah,
Yeah, I think Luis is definitely a player that suits Arteta's system of playing out from the back. Sort of his distribution was key yesterday in terms of one, just rotation of the ball. I think I'm not talking about David Luiz creating chances from the back, but I think in terms of just the rotation of the ball is so important uh, for Arteta's type of system, and I think Luis was able to do that quite fantastically yesterday. He did play a few balls. His good old 50 yard diagonal hits to the right and left wing players. So it was good overall. I think Luis he had a comfortable game. So I would give him a 7.5 on there.
yeah, 7 for me as well. Back in the squad, and you can see he's the leader at the back. So in my in my football daily show, I was discussing Arteta's press conference statement in which
Yeah.
he has said that Luis is a massive influence in the dressing room, and the two signings which are there, Saliba and Gabriel, will benefit massively from that. Don't forget to check that out, guys. Football Daily, today's show. Yeah, so let's move on to the next player, Rob Holding.
I think Holding had a good game. I think again playing, as you said, I think having someone take a little bit of pressure off, like Luis, in terms of seniority and running the defense. I think he was a lot more sort of relaxed while he played, and it was important. And you could see uh, his distribution is getting better. I think again he was a good voice in the back three. He handled everything well. I think they did have a reasonably comfortable game in terms of playing against only Iheanacho. I think they had obviously a dynamic slightly changed when Jose Perez came on, but I think overall it was a very sort of it was a calm and collected performance from the back. So I would give Rob again. His distribution was reasonably good after the first couple of attempts that he had. Uh, he was able to see. You could see that from right centre back to Reece Nelson all the way. And then playing those diagonal passes when he had the ball. The 15, 20 yard diagonal passes into the midfield. So I would give him a 7.5 on 10. He's very happy with it.
Yeah, I'll give him a 7 as well. His distribution was okay. And the thing with the diagonal balls is it's okay if you're hitting it diagonally, but if you're pinging it on the line, you have to judge the situation. Since it was raining yesterday, you can't ping it on the line because you can, but you have to just loop the ball since it will just hit after landing onto the
Yeah.
water and it will run away from the player. So in that respect, Rob was a bit misjudging the passes, and there were times when Pepe was getting frustrated down the line with those passes. But Rob improved in the game slowly, and yeah, 7 for me. So next to let's move on to the left. Syed Kolasinac.
I think Seed had a good game. To be very honest, I was very happy to see how confident he was yesterday. I think it was very very visible to see that he was a lot more comfortable yesterday than when he was against West Ham. In terms of on the ball, off the ball, everything he was a lot more comfortable. Defensively, I think he gave away the ball once or twice, but he was very quick to recover from it. I was very happy to see. Again, I don't think he was pressured enough in terms of a defensive side. He had a great sort of link up play with Nelson on the left. I think they had these small passes that they were making to each other and creating space. Nelson then post out, creating more space on the other side. Once he was able to break through, so I think Seed played very very well. I was happy to see that confident Seed again. I think that's extremely important for him because if he's going to try and fight and fight for his position, I think he needs more performances like this. While I do agree that he wasn't tested enough, I would still give him an 8 on 10 compared to his performance from West Ham to here.
Yeah, much improved performance from the previous two matches. Yeah, so he's basically behind Tierney, so he needs to improve his game. He needs to be consistent. And the thing with Kolasinac is he gets into such good positions, but his end product is
Yeah.
a bit iffy. So he lacks that, and if he improves that, it will improve his game in general. So yeah, I'll give him a 7 for that. Let's move on to the wing back. On the left hand side, we had Saka.
I think Zaka had a good game. You could again, I think the confidence that that boy has for his age is just unbelievable. I think he's so assured about the way he's able to play. He's so sort of calm about his own ability. He knows what is in his control and what isn't. Uh, the one thing that I would say that I noticed it's happened over the last couple of games is that uh, I don't know whether he's expecting the referees to blow the whistle or he's expecting certain fouls to go his way. And I think that's something that he has to stamp out very, very quickly because he's not like that. I mean, when he played Arsenal youth and broke into the first team like that, if you remember his first couple of games, I think he got pushed off a couple of times. He would get back up and just like try and continue winning the ball and keep going. But nowadays, I've been seeing sort of he stops and he looks at the ref. Um, so I think that's something that he'll get rid of very very quickly. I don't think it's a problem. But I think he had a very good solid game. So I would give him a 7 on 10.
Yeah. With Saka, I expect a 7 week in, week out since he has got into the team and he has some consistent performances last season. Yeah, I'll give him a 7 as well. So let's move on to the right hand side, Ainsley Maitland-Niles.
I think AMN he had a good game again, very very solid game. His engine is fantastic. His tactical ability is great. Obviously, I think his end product is something I think like Seed. I think little bit has to improve in terms of his delivery, but his short passing is fantastic. There's no doubt about it. And again, I said tactical brilliance because he started the game right wing back, ended left wing back. So Arteta is very sort of comfortable with the fact that listen, he can play on either side, he can do a job for us and get it done well. So I would give him a 7.5 on 10.
Yeah, I'll give him the same. His end product is lacking, as you said, and which will improve in time. So yeah, 10 for me. Let's move on to the pivot in the middle. Mohamed El Neni.
I think El Neni had a good game. I think he had a good clean game. I mean, of course, I think his tackling a little bit in the beginning of the game was a bit rash. He got that yellow card and stuff like that. But overall, I think he was very, very good in terms of just rotating the play. I think his understanding of keeping, again, I think Arteta's football is to just ensure that the ball is always rotated to create maximum number of opportunities. And that's something that Elneny did well yesterday. I think he read the game quite well in terms of defensively to try and stop them from countering a couple of times. But other than that, I think it was a good game. So I would give him 7.5 on 10.
Yeah, I'll give him an 8. For me, he managed the game pretty well after getting a yellow card in the beginning of the game. So, and he was crucially intercepting some passes, stopping some counter attacks, even after being on a yellow card, which is proper game management. And for that, I'll give him an 8. Let's move on to the next player alongside him, Joe Willock.
Willock had a good game. Joe, I think, is someone that can play a interesting sort of. I think he fills the gap between a number 8 and a number 10. I think he can play both roles quite well. I think he has it in his game. He has the quality in his game. Uh, I did expect a little bit more from him, to be very honest, yesterday. But again, like I think the example was that pass to Pepe in the game, like I mean to cut through the defense like that. His vision to see that it clearly shows that he's able to do that. He did, sort of try and run out with the ball from deep. So that's something again an 8 can do really well once he gets better. But again, to be very honest, I think I expected a little bit more, so I would give him a 7 on 10. I expect Joe Willock to keep getting better with more run of games for sure.
Yeah, yeah, same for me. I'll give him a 7. So let's move on to the front three. On the right hand side, we had Nicola Pepe.
I was actually very disappointed with Pepe yesterday. While he had a couple of times that he looked extremely dangerous, he sort of floated in and out of the game, and that's not something that I expect from our record signing, to be very honest. And I say record signing not because I'm saying, oh, he's the value is that much. It's the fact that Arsenal see that much value in him. I mean, Arsenal's not a club that spends money without actually knowing. Listen, that kind of player is actually going to bring a lot of quality into the squad. While yes, I do agree. I think that's what I said. A couple of the chances that he created, fantastic. The quality was there to see, but in terms of it being consistently there over the duration of the game, that is what I was disappointed with. So I would give him a 6.5 on 10.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6. I think Pepe should influence the games more than he already does, since he has a class act. And I'm not sure about this. There is Willian in his place, but Willian gives us a different option. But what I want Pepe to do more is just it's like Syed on me. He gets into
Yeah,
some very good positions, and then his connection with Oba is great, but he needs to establish that chemistry with other players around him as well,
yeah.
so that he can influence the game more. So yeah, yesterday was poor, and I'll give him a 6 for that. Let's move on to the left. We had Reece Nelson.
I think Reese had a good game. Definitely had a good game. You could see a little bit of lack of game time was down to a couple of those sort of. He had, I think, a couple of times he took a pop on goal. Apart from the first attempt, where it was excellent, the other couple of times that he did was slightly wayward. But I think that's just down to lack of game time. You could clearly see the difference between last season's Reese Nelson and this season, like in terms of his speed, his sharpness, the press. I think it was fantastic. The way he noticed when to press, like when Eddie moved, their connection obviously because they're academy boys. I think as soon as Eddie
Yeah,
made the first move, the press came from Reese's side as well. A couple of times he took over the press as well, and I think once, in fact, he was able to actually create a bit of confusion for the goalkeeper where he ended up sort of distributing straight to Eddie. Eddie was unlucky not to get that under control. But I think that's what I'm saying. So I think Reece showed that he's capable of so much more. Uh, and he's eager to try and push for a starting spot, and that was great to see. And I think more games if he gets a good cup run between FA Cup, Carabao, and Europa, I think we'll have some solid competition in that front three positions. We'll have multiple
yeah,
players for those players, yeah, for those positions. Sorry.
yeah. So what do you give him?
I would give him a 7.5 on 10. Maybe actually I'd give him an 8. I'd give him an 8. I was very happy with what I saw.
Yeah, I'll give him a 7. Only because he had this chance in the first half where everything opened up for him and he missed it. So that's one aspect I would like him to improve on, his goal scoring. And with me, Reese, I have one thing to say. He can run around during the whole match, and he's one player who you never see him to catch a breath. So he's very fit and he has a tremendous engine on him. Yeah, but for yesterday's performance, I'll give him a 7. Let's move on to our striker, Eddie Nketiah.
Eddie, yeah. Every time we need a goal, we give him a call. So it was good. I think Eddie got another goal in, extremely important. I think again he showed us his graft. Like I mean, his hard work in terms of what he does off the ball. Again, I think I definitely believe that on the ball he needs to get better, especially when he's playing. When the other team sort of pushes up. I'm talking about when the other team's in possession and we win it back. Like for example, if we win it in the center of midfield, Eddie's won it. Like I think his play there needs to sort of improve. His hold-up play needs to get a lot better. Uh, well, there's no doubt of his goal scoring sort of talent. He scores every time he's in a position. He's always a threat to score. But I just think in terms of his link-up play, he has some way to go, and I think it's time. It's just that I think having a player like Lacazette competing for the position, he understands what Laka is getting. Why is Laka getting the start over him in certain times? Because of XYZ. Like, for example, the hold up play, the link up play, and all of that. While, again, as I said, I think when we need a goal, we give him a call. Because of that, it's extremely important. He has a fantastic sort of touch in front of goal. But he needs to improve that. But overall, I think yesterday I was very happy with him. So 7.5 on 10 for sure.
Yeah, I'll give him a 7 as well. He's in tremendous goal scoring form, and just the link up play and hold up play he needs to improve on, which is like I said, strong point. But he will get there eventually. I believe he'll play a huge part in our Europa League season this time around, along with Lacazette, of course. So yeah. So finally, what do you rate the manager?
First, I would actually, Vipul, I'll go through the subs. I think they sort of, it was important to see what they did.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Willian coming in at that given point in time was just game management from Arteta. I think while coming to your point of rating the manager, I think the substitutions were a key sort of follow
Of course,
through
of
to
course.
that. So,
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
think
what did we have? We have like I think Bellerin came in for Saka.
Bellerin came in for Saka, so AMN switched sides, and you had Hector on the right. And in fact, it was Hector's run that sort of created the goal for Eddie at the end. So I think astute sort of managerial sort of pick from him.
Yeah,
It,
there was this one time when Hector dribbled, and then he went to the byline and
yeah,
I mean crossed the ball. So that was good to see.
yeah.
Then who else we've got? We have Willian for Reece Nelson.
Yeah, Willian came. I think that was just game management in terms of okay, listen, let's control the game a little bit more. And to be fair, I think Reese had ran his race. Yeah, I mean his engine was great. He was on, he was at full speed the entire game. So I think it was just smart game management. I think again, like in terms of more creativity, I don't think Willian was able to affect the game that much. It's just that I think his seniority and his understanding of the game sort of helped. Gave away a needless foul near the box when he came on. I expected a little bit better from someone as experienced as him, but I mean, no harm, no foul sort of situation. So
Yeah,
I think for Hector, I would give him a 7, and Willian, I would give him a 6.5 on
yeah.
10.
I think we had Danny Ceballos coming on for Joe Willock.
Willock,
Yes.
yeah, I think it was the fact that one, I think Arteta wanted to manage it a little bit better. We were still only 1-0 at that point, so I think that was the key behind that decision. Again, Sabas is a great rotator of the ball. His standard, he didn't have too much time on the ball, but whatever he did, it was good. So I would give him a 6.5, 7. So actually, I'd give him a 7 on 10. It was good. So in terms of that, I would rate the manager an 8 because he was able to judge when he wanted to do it. The team he set out did the job. and the subs he made ensured that we got the victory. So an 8 on 10 for Arteta.
Yeah, same for me. I was actually going to do the subs later on since I was going to give them a standard six.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
but no worries, no worries. We can do the subs before the manager from next time, no problem. Yeah, that is it, guys. So we have a big game
Yeah.
next, Liverpool versus Arsenal,
Two
and we are
games,
actually
two
going to have
massive
a preview.
games, huh?
Two
Vipul?
massive games, yeah,
Yeah.
two massive games, yeah,
One
two
in the
massive
league,
games.
one in the cup.
Yeah, but the cup one, I'm not that since Klopp didn't even bother to come for the press conference for their game. I don't think so. He's going to take it seriously. The league game is what I'm interested in, and guys, we'll have a preview show for that with Anuj. He's a big Liverpool fan, as you guys know, and we'll try to do a video for that as well, Kabir.
Yeah, sure, sure.
When the when the team lineup comes up, we'll do a video for on that to discuss the tactics and discuss the lineup as well. Yeah. So thanks for coming, Kabir.
Anytime, anytime.
Yeah. As usual. See you before the match.
Yeah.
Yeah. See you guys. Bye.
See you up the Arsenal.
Of the Arsenal.